Hello everyone, I hope you are doing very well. So today, like you see, we will make a tutorial about implementing the stats into your game. So like we are here in the Agora developer page where we will use the docs of Agora and his stat SDK so we can implement it in our game. So right now we will show you the final demo, then the steps of the video, and let's start very fast. And there is the demo. Like you see, because the SAT it needs two parts, so the sender and the receiver. So we need two instances of the game. So right now we have the first instance in the Unity editor and the second one in my iPad. So like you see, if I start the game, you see here in the logs that's connected to Agora. Let's zoom a little bit. There is it, and the login succeeded because, like you know, the backend it needs a server. So in my case, my backend server is a fast API endpoint, and there is the endpoint of the fast API. So we will show you later. Right now, in settings, you go to here because automatically when we launch the game, we initiate the SDK and we connect to the SDK. No, we need to join the ROM because my big idea is all the game is a big ROM and anyone in the player can talk with the other. It's like a multiplayer, but just a minimal version right now. The multiplayer section, it will be implemented later. So we click. So first of all, we clear the output, and here we click join ROM. So if we zoom a little bit, you will see that successfully zoned room, and the room member count is 2. Always there is one incremented, I don't know why. I will find that later. So now we go here, settings, and here I will click zone room. And here you will see the number incremented to 3. So excellent. For the one wondering what is the green button, this button is for to fit all public room. So if we click it, you will see that there is only one room, and the name of the room is the cross-tag dash room. Excellent. So now we are zoned. So here we can click, write some message like hello from Unity test message, and you wonder where the messages will be displayed. The messages will be displayed here in the SAT section, here in the scroll view area. So we return in the SOAP, there is a message. So we scroll. So when we click on the send message button, it will appear here. So I hope if there is an angle, I don't think so. I will click here. I hope you see, and voila, there is the message, and you see the name of the sender, hello from Unity test message. So right now, the other way, even here you see yourself like WhatsApp. So right now we return here, hello from iPad. So okay, send message, and boom, there is it. The color is different, so you can differentiate between the sender and the receiver. So like you see, you just need to tweak the UI to be very pleasant to the eye, but the core mechanics are working. And one thing I want to show you is when we send the message, like here, automatically a bubble message appear with the message. So in the future, when we have a big room with multiple users, each user will see the text of the other user above his head. And if the text is very big, you click the bubble and you see the stats. That means this section here, automatically. So now I will show you the steps of the video, and let's start. So we will start by how to download the Agora SDK inside your Unity project, and some minimal tweaks so your SDK works properly and your build work on your device. Then we will go to the backend server code where we will have the token authentication. I'll use Python with Fast API in my backend, but you can use Node, Golang, Java, or even C++. So after that, we will go to the Unity code implementation. Inside the JetBrains Rider, we will implement the code, all the interfaces that come with the Agora SDK. So you will have the final demo working on your project, and then you can increase and add all other mechanic about the stat messaging that you want. So this is the 3 important steps. So let's start by the first step. We go directly to the Agora documentation. You click on the SDKs. Here all the platforms supported by Agora. Like you know, we are in Unity. Like you see, you have 4 SDK for the Unity: the SAT, video, voice, and signaling. Like you know, if you want the video SDK and voice SDK capabilities, I already have a video of a video call, but using another SDK to stream. It will be the same output, just different SDK. If you want to see, go to the video. It will be linked below in the description. Right now, we have the SAT SDK. You click direct download. When you click direct download, you will have a Unity package. Then you go here. I think assets, excellent, import passes, custom packages, and there is it. You will find it. All other file grayed out, and only here. Right now I use the version 1.3.1, so no need to open because I already have. When you click open, you will see it here. You will have the Agora set, the plugin and script. And very important thing that will make your game run. If you forget it, it will not run. Is in the plugin here. You need to select the platform plugin. You need to check this one, and here add to embedded binary. If you didn't put it in the embedded binary, when you will build the game and go to Xcode, the Xcode will not include this binary in the embedded framework. So when you build the game and you try to run, it will tell you that the AOSL framework plugin didn't detected and doesn't exist in the specified path. So this is the small tweak that cost me half a day to just check it. I hope you don't fall in the same problem like me. So there is the small tweak I said, and here you have Android, macOS, and X. Like here, if there is a similar problem between iOS and Android, just check this area. I think it will have the same resolution. So there is the Agora in your project, and like always, to check it, if you have, you go to the scripts, like here, there is it, and you go here and you tap using Agora SAT. If it's appear, that means the SDK is detected. So the scripts is the step 3. Step 2. In the step 2 is it the code for the backend. Like I said, I use Python. For the project structure is very easy. We have a virtual environment and we have a source folder. This source folder we copy it for the Agora IO tools in the GitHub. So when you check this folder, you copy it in the root directory of the project. Like in my case, this is the FastStream SDK. So here when we have the source, we go to the main.py. So then we can import from source like the start token builder and anything related to the token generation. So then here we have all the app ID and app certificate data we get from the Agora console. So then we have 3 endpoints. The first endpoint is generate the user token. All you need to do is have an app ID and app certificate, and then you will call the start token builder method, build user token. We give the ID, the certificate, the account, and the expert time in seconds. This by default is 3600 seconds. For the account is the ID of the user. Then you return a JSON response. The second endpoint generates app token. This app token is for the backend server related object like row management, subgroup, JSON. So anything related to the backend. So like always, check the app ID, the app certificate. Then in the token variable, we will call the sat token builder. We will build the app token with this tree. No need for the account because there is the app token, not the user token. the user token, you need to give the account ID. Here we check if the token is string, we give it to the final token string, else we make this build so we can get the string. Then we return the JSON response. Here is an endpoint that I use it from the REST API docs, because like I said, I use the ROM logic, so this it will fit all the public ROM, the green button in the demo. So this is the endpoint that's called. Here you have the limit of how many ROM you want to fit, and the cursor, the position from where to start. So the Ethernet token expires like always 2016, and the base URL is the endpoint to the Agora console project, which will have the Agora host organization name. You can find it in the REST part of the docs, where you can construct your request URL. Like here. And you find all the request parameter, and you have then like always generate a token with the token response, we decode the UTF-8, then we check the body of the token item. And like always, exception handling. Here the params, if we give it with the cursor, then we build the headers. Always the bearer app token, so we can authenticate in the Agora console server. Then here, where we will use HTTPX async client, and we will make a get request to the endpoint with the two params and header, and you will get your response. And here an error handling. So we start the third step. We are in our script Agora Manager class. Like you see, we inherit from important classes. The two first are very important. The third one, the Agora Manager, we use it because we have the ROM logic. And there is a variable. Like always, we have the UI, the important, like the SDK client, Agora client for accessing the Agora capabilities, and some important variable. So there, in awake, we see all the important variable are they existing, like the app key, the Agora token, and the user ID. In the start, we will need to set up the SAT SDK. The set up SAT SDK is very easy. You need to have the app key, an option object that will act like the parameter of the SAT SDK. Then you give it in the init with option in the Agora SAT client. The join leave method. This, it check if you are zoned. If yes, it will check you if you are in the ROM. If yes, you leave the ROM. If you are not in the ROM, you update the status for inside scene debugging. We log out, and success, we return, and we set up this bool. On error, we know why we cannot log out. Else, that means we are not joined. We start the coroutine that it's the fetch token, that it will retrieve the new token, put it in the token variable, and then calling the login with Agora token method in the Agora SAT client. We give user ID already registered under the users in Agora console, the token, and the new callback. This is the new method of calling. Always on success, we set the boot true, and we debug log in case of error. For the fetch token, it's easy. We need a URL in the production. We will have an already fixed URL deployed in the cloud. Here in development, I use the localhost. There is a URL. We need user ID. We construct the URL, and like you see, we have the API token generate user token like the one in the backend. Then we will use the get URL method. We send the web request. If the result is success, we check all the text information of the response. We use the JSON utility from JSON, and we parse in the form of token response class. We check the new token, and we set string for the first time under the Agora token key. Then we save it. Else, we invoke null, and we see that the token is filled in the fetch. And here this the UI logic for the bubble. And like always, the one thing you need to know is these three methods that come with the interfaces. Like here, the one I use is the onMember joined from ROM. We input the member count. Like you remember in the demo, you see the count number displayed in the Agora in method interface. We have this on message received important. So when you receive a message, you can analyze it and text it. So like I said, you expect a list of messages. The message is a Agora data object. So we loop under all the messages and we check if the message type is txt. Then we check the value. We need to make it a text body type, data type. Then we debug log those for debug purposes. Here the status, like I said, in-game scene debugging. And here we display the message. To display the message is simple. If in case we send a message, we show it, else that means we receive it, we give this padding and color logic. So I see the interfaces here. The most important one is the zone sat room. The simple if check, if in it already all is good, we call the Agora set client the room manager method, the zone room. The zone room, we give it a room ID and the new value callback room. And on success, we set the engine room true, some debug, and always this for debug purposes. And the leave sat room, in case we want to leave the room, we call the leave room method. Here, this is the method that we have in the green button that use the fetch public from server room. We give the pass number 1, the pass size 20, then callback that return all the available public data room name and value. So I think this is all the important part of the code. This is, like I said, for the logic of the bubble. So if you want to replicate, and here the most important one is this is method, what we call it when you click the send message button. It takes the input full text and it puts it inside the send message to room method, and the bubble message is affected. So the send message an important method. Like always, we check the room ID and if it's zoned, we construct the text body type. We make the message text as the text body.txt. Then we create send message. Like you see, the message data objects have a lot of, like you see here, you have create send message, create receive message, create text message. Like if you tap create text, you see we have a different method. Each method with its capability. In my case, I use a create send message. It only needs room ID and the text body. So we set the message type to room. Then we call the send message function. So this is all the important part of the code. I am scrolling right now slowly, so if you want to, and here the on application quit, very easy. So there is the basics and fundamental, so you can have an Agora sat client. So we reached the end. I hope you loved the video. Subscribe, like, and comment, and if you want more Agora topics, just write in the comments and I will add another topic about Agora. So stay tuned for the next video.